Wake up! Columbus, this is your show, bringing you the newest, hottest artists in the city, comedians, and trending topics. This is
Break and grind! Break and grind! Break and grind!
one of the hottest up-and-coming DJs in the city.
Swamp Thing DJ!
DJ Swamp Thing.
Break and grind!
And of course, keeping you in touch with the city. The always class. Tiffany. Yeah.
Break and grind! Break and grind!
To all my motherfucking hustlers. Shout out, this is the shout out, this is the shout out, this is the shout out, yeah, shout out to all my motherfucking hustlers. Shout out to that bitch selling pussy, still cold, hard times overlook it. Shout out to that bitch with her own house, speaking up cause she still got her own mouth. Shout out to them drawn on eyebrows, hustling don't stop, real nigga, why now? Shout out to the motherfucking homies, listen, wait, yeah, them niggas to their own tree. As the plug for the drugs when they get low, fuck that nigga, gonna grow your own smoke. Look at shorty for that money that she gon' choke. Sucking dick and getting rich, cut off her own folks. Getting money all the time, so she stay mean. No love for her, this is the streets, ain't get no real cheese. She like to stay clean, so the big bands go by. But when she make that sacrifice and get played, she just cry. Get high to get by, ain't no one to listen. When doves cries, tears of joy that they ain't a pigeon. But this the game, so they the same, you either buy it, flip it. So continuous that you don't see no end to it. The sun's down, you're still working, yeah, them days long. Open your mind, can't close your eyes, that nigga headstrong. So fucked up, you train to think the right thing is wrong. So for them hustlers, them customers, just not alone. Shout out to the motherfucking niggas. Shout out to the motherfucking bitches. Shout out to the motherfucking hustlers. And shout out to them niggas getting rich. This is the shout out, this is the shout out, this is the shout out, shout out, this is the shout out, this is the shout out, yeah, shout out to all my motherfucking hustlers. I'm a hustler, don't know what it's gonna take to stop. Cause when I'm running dry, I know how to make it pop. Should've listened when mama said, girl, it's getting late. I gotta get it, sorry mama, it don't resonate. She scared to lose her baby, tears running down her face. My dry your eyes, interference make me lose my place. And for that main reason, I ain't trying to lose the race. So for that main reason, I ain't gonna lose the race. Get money, stack it, roll a joint and pack it. Had to set my game up so I ain't never lacking. Yeah, I'm on track, so you will never catch me walking. Watch your own back, fucking police steady talking. And for them losers on my hip, I keep that fucking Ruger. Cause if you don't, them lame ass niggas fuck around and shoot ya. They got a bitch distract and rob you while she fucking do ya. So for them hustling niggas and bitches, I salute ya, salute ya.
Hey, yo, Cap, what's good? What up, Nines? Bully, I see you.
I feel so blessed, baby. I feel so blessed, baby. Yeah. I feel so blessed, baby. I feel so blessed. God bless me, baby.
Bless me, baby.
God bless me lately.
Bless me lately.
God bless me, baby.
Bless me.
God bless me lately. Oh, so blessed. I feel so blessed. God bless me lately.
Yo, Cap, what's good? What up, Nines? Bully, I see.
God bless me lately.
They say that gangsta shit don't exist no more. I say maybe that's because they ain't real. Ever thought about that?
Mobbing through the city, yeah, I'm stopping in the spot. If my money ain't a fool, boy, you're headed for the box. Aggressive about the paper, so that smiling shit can stop. Hit him with that shit bag, yeah, something like the lots. Survivor of the streets, the code is what I stuck to. If the money up, then know that I'm up too. I die if it's meant for me. Caution if you mention me, not just a rider on the beat. Check my history. I get it, I spin it, you need it, I got it. It all comes to profit. Your haters can stop it. I'm killing this project. My haters just pop shit, so tell them just watch it. Goddamn, haters always close to me. I bag them like some groceries. Have respect approaching me. I keep it real like golden cheese. Speaker of the streets, I'm what the kilos follow. Robbing for the paper, never beg and borrow. Today, I want my money for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm married to the money,
Boy,
baby.
Nines,
Meet me
man.
at the altar.
I hold zip the smoke and I rolled up early. I've been blessed to stay one. That makes my water holy. Always rolling with the same circle. Soon I'll be rolling with a rolling. The streets taught me well, nigga, just like my parents. We make it hard for y'all to keep up. We ain't your average. Your defense is weak, cause we're causing hella damage. There go Nines with the ratchets again. Cap C moving weight like he owning a gym. My nigga Carnage, it's just body bagging again. We body bagging your men. The shotty blasting the Benz. Real G's ain't gotta pretend. Where does it start, does it end? Motherfucker, I won't say this again. Nah. I feel so blessed, baby. I feel so blessed, baby. Yeah. I feel so blessed, baby. I'm feeling so blessed. I'm BLESSED, baby, and I'm rocking with God, even though that these streets raised me. I came from the bottom, been aiming straight for the top scope. Looking at these options, Ferrari, Porsches, and Lambos. Also from the corner, my name is tagged on that light post. I've been walking on death for so long, mastered the tightrope. Capital Entertainment, you know we bout that life, yo. Blessings on blessings, feeling like we just cashing out, yo. God bless me lately.
Capital Entertainment shit.
I just like this. Breaking Ground Radio. What's going on? It's Thursday. It's your man DJ Swamp Thing. We in here, baby. Of course, across from me is the ever lovely and talented Tiffany L.
Hello.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Tired, but I think I say that every single
You do
week.
say that every time.
And
yeah.
I'm
That's
not
like
even,
your-
that's like for real.
That's like your
feeling
thing.
fine.
I'm good. No, I'm tired.
I'm great.
I'm great, but tired. But that's all right. You
But
do
I'm
a lot.
exhausted. I do a lot.
Do a lot. By the time it comes to this time around, it's
And what's crazy is actually Thursday is like my week actually gearing up for, because I'm the busiest on the weekend. So
right.
it's
Well,
like
that's all
that
right.
mom life. Whew.
Well, we're gonna have some fun today. Don't
Yes,
worry,
we are.
as we always do, man. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in, watching us either via YouTube or through the WTMHradio.com Android or iPhone app. Appreciate y'all. We got a lot in store today. First of all, let me shout out Crazy K and Carnage Body Bag, Nines, and Cap C, excuse me. Crazy K was the first song you heard with Shout Out, and then behind that was Blessed, Carnage Body Bag, Nines, and Cap C, man. Nines and Cap C from Massachusetts. Shout out Carnage Body Bag from Cleveland, although his stomping grounds are here in Columbus. And of course, Crazy K from good old Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to all of y'all. So What we got good today, Tiff? We got Money Moves back.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
I am too.
Especially because it's January, so everybody knows that's tax season is beginning. So start collecting those W-2s.
Word.
And hopefully you've been saving any receipts that you needed for the year, so you can get your money back. And we actually are starting with a wealth strategist, Nicole Simpson. I'm really excited to have her on here because in addition to finances, she has a background in like working with the community, and also she already has that established. So, and she particularly enjoys working with people who don't make the top bracket of money.
I saw the bio. It was crazy.
It is, and it's awesome because that is an underserved community as far as like financial knowledge, and she sees that as something to work with rather than something to shun because they don't have the money. But how can anybody get the money without getting the knowledge and getting it from one of our own? So I'm excited about that. So that's coming up around 7:15.
No doubt. We got something before that though.
And yes, one of my friends' son, I'm gonna hope that this is how I'm saying his name correctly. I want to say it's Lovin Mani. It's Lvnmani. His name is Kamani, and that is his rapper name. He is actually really, really young, and so he's only a junior in high school. So I'm excited to see what he's put together. I heard his song. It was actually, pretty professionally well done.
I didn't get a chance to hear it, but I'm looking forward to hearing it when he comes here. So.
Yeah, so I'm definitely excited. He was just on 106.7 last week, or I believe. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So he's making moves in his young little life. So he's definitely got some good people on his team. So I'm excited to have them coming up around about 6:30.
No doubt. And we got the wins and losses. Before we got that, we got I do got a Who's Next song this week. So we're gonna play that here in a few minutes. But then we got a new segment that Tiffany L has put together with her smart self called Wins and Losses. Right?
Wins and fails.
Fails. Yeah, my bad. Yeah,
that's all right.
I lost.
And it's basically gonna be 3 wins, I think, that the people experienced over the week. Either something in the news or something that's going on in the city, and 3 fails. Some a little bit flavorful, like instead of just telling the news outright and reflecting on it, making sure that there's some positive spins in there too, because definitely there's enough negativity out here.
Yeah, definitely is. So, so as usual, we got a lot in store. Hopefully everybody's having a great still first of the month of the year. Hopefully the resolutions are still going strong. Probably got another couple of weeks before they start falling off. I mean, usually they're still strong.
You are such a hater. Yeah, I feel like you are hating.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you know. I am. I'll let you know I'm a hater.
Why? Because you're not as successful.
No. It ain't that.
Well, what is it?
It's just that maybe that's the only time I'm not a realist for the most part, but maybe this is the only time that I am. It's like, come on, next week you done. I'm gonna be sitting there. You're gonna be sitting at the bar eating chicken wings and drinking wine. You know what I mean? Wine's got so many calories, and you're talking about you're gonna hit the gym tomorrow. No, you're not.
Such a hater.
No, you're not. Are we doing the Who's Next now? What you got over there?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the Who's Next song is from a cat named Brody and Kay Gross. I hope I'm saying that right. I've not met these brothers. But they sent me a email with the song called Hours. So first of all, appreciate everybody who sends tracks. I actually got about 5 this week alone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just from people that are in. So I appreciate all you guys. And we'll get to all of them. I'm not asking you to send them just so they can sit in my email. We will definitely get through all of them. And I'm not, there's no judgment here. I'm not saying nope, not that one. We'll get through all of them. Just give me a moment, and of course I'll do my diligence to make sure that you're tagged in those as well. So shout out to Brody and Kay Grouse, who actually did respond to the post and appreciated us shouting them out and letting their song play. So we appreciate y'all. And as a gratitude, as a thank you, this is how we're going to do it, man. So the song is called Hours. Brody, Kay Grouse, man, y'all stand up. Hit us up on the line too, man. 614-781-0754 is the number. You know what I mean? We're here till 8 o'clock. Make sure you hit us up, whether it be just to say what's up to myself or just to say what's up with Tiffany. If you don't care about me, that's fine. You can say hello when we talk to Money Moves, or you can say hello when we have Leva Manny in here. You can just say hello whenever. Really, whenever. All right? We'll be back. It's Breaking Ground Radio. Don't go nowhere.
I said love in mind.
Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power.
Holy, here we go again, man.
Fucking bitches in the shower. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Fucking bitches in the shower. Yeah, I've been up for some hours.
Niggas say they wanna rob us.
Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Fucking with the money gone. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Been tryna fuck her cause she look like me up. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been tryna connect with the plug. Daughter, her name Katana. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been wrecking the mileage. Taking them trips out to Dallas. Wrapping up peas, I'm a stylist. Handle my biz, I got callous. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up in that. Yeah, I've been up to no good. Money and power. You just getting allowance. I be a minute of the night. I felt my how you get her, get a count. I ain't telling no store when I said pay less. I got a bag on my pad, say less. Another hours on the interstate, yeah. Niggas spend a couple dollars on my neck, but shit. Just like I need them. I'm looking for that treasure, where is that? Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power.
Holy, here we go again, man.
Hotbox going crazy. Hotbox going crazy. Hotbox going crazy. Hotbox going crazy. We just smoked our papers. Sipping on that lean. Passing knuckle down. Yeah, she bad as fuck. I mean, she bad as fuck. Big old booty, baby. That pussy drive me crazy. Shawty love my fashion. Shawty cut my fashion. Why she always spazzing? Cause a nigga snapping. I just get the guala Benji's on the spread it on the bed. Talking all that bullshit, nigga. Got your main bitch in my bed. Smoke that purple, best that fucking nerdy. Smoke that killer, 808, that shit just got me swerving. What the fuck you niggas really want from me? Ain't got nothing, nigga, for some problems and some ways. Hotbox going crazy. 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 All my niggas smoked out. All my niggas wet. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money in the power. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Fucking bitches in the show. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Hotbox going crazy. Hotbox going crazy. Tell me what you need. I do it, baby, whatever you play.
Holy, here we go again, man.
Hotbox going crazy. Paco. I ain't stopped shining since the sunshine. Had to tint the windows, duck it one time. I'm a hustler, baby, I don't get no fun time. 24 hours chasing sunshine. Early night, late morning chasing sunshine. Let it come to the light like the sunshine. Sunshine, but I did it all just to see my sunshine. Sunbathing under moonlight.
Dream chasing after sunrise. Too many hours in the day. Why the average nigga thinking break time? I ain't even trying to sleep, cause I can't afford to waste time. Depending what you wanna be, I knew I wasn't trying to do no jail time. Closest family to me doing real time. Numbers long enough, you think they try to steal time. Bottom of the ocean, but we still rise. They say the revolution won't be televised, so I brought it to my niggas in an auto file. This my auto bio, I let it tell about it. If they wait until I die, they make a profit out it. So I beat them to the punch like your baby mama. Little nigga, bigger heart than Michelle Obama. If I don't get us out the trap, then we sellin' harder. Sell it high, sell it fast, ain't no other option. In the black, being black in the black market. Kept a pack in a strap worth a small fortune. Mini go, but coming back, that's a small margin. Chasing cheese in the trap, that was all poison. Mini go, but coming back, that's a small margin. I ain't stopped shining since the sunshine. Had to tint the windows, duck it one time. I'm a hustler, baby, I don't get no fun time. No, 24 hours chasing sunshine. Early night, late morning, chasing sunshine. Let it come to the light like the sunshine. Sunshine, but I did it all just to see my sunshine. I ain't stopped shining since the sunshine. Had to tint the windows, duck it one time. I'm a hustler, baby, I don't get no fun time. No, 24 hours chasing sunshine. Early night, late morning, chasing sunshine. Let it come to the light like the sunshine. Sunshine, but I did it all just to see my sunshine. Every day's a celebration, why you so impatient? It's as easy as you got it, they can come and take it. Treat my time like my money, I ain't trying to waste it. So every second they was sleep, I was making statements. Did my calculations, exceeded expectations. So if I fall short of greatest for the future greatness, I put it in rotation, led by demonstration. Spoke it into existence for solidification. Daddy did that, instead of smoking with bitches that never give back. Hanging with niggas to try to chase cat. I had to face fact. All alone on this road to get me some marble flows. Where I'm going ain't no telling on me, heaven knows. I sold it all, even the things you can't disclose. Had to let it all go so I could keep my soul. And if it wasn't nailed down, I had to let it go. All I need right now is an open road. Got a call from a man I ain't even know. With some mics and some beats, all he need is flow. Right before I hung up, I told him say no more. Lit the gas, hit the gas, and had to play my song. Highway getting high with my pistol on. Lit the gas and hit the gas and had to play my song. Highway getting high with my pistol on. I ain't stopped shining since the sunshine. Had to tint the windows, duck it one time. I'm a hustler, baby, I don't get no fun time. No, 24 hours chasing sunshine. Early night, late morning chasing sunshine. Let it come to the light like the sunshine. Sunshine, but I did it all just to see my sunshine. I ain't stopped shining since the sunshine. Had to tint the windows, duck it one time. I'm a hustler, baby, I don't get no fun time. No, 24 hours chasing sunshine. Early night, late morning chasing sunshine. Let it come to the light like the sunshine. Sunshine, but I did it all just to see my sunshine.
Breaking Ground Radio, it's your man DJ Swamp Thing. We right here, man. It's going down, man. Shout out to Reverend Paco. You just heard Sunshine, man. I just saw the flyer that is actually going to be in town. He's from Dayton, so he's not far. He's actually going to be in town at Club Chanteras on Saturday. And I'm trying to make it. I just have to double check the schedule. I definitely want to come and support the brother. And if we can, then Breaking Ground will be in the house. Before that, you heard the Who's Next track of the week. Shout out again to Brody and K Groves for hours. Right here on Breaking Ground, man. You heard it first. So, Tiffany L. Yes. What's up? What's up? You good? Yeah. Let me see. Say something else. Let me see. I can't hear you.
Hello?
Keep going.
I can't hear you now either.
There you go. There you go. All right, we good. So what's up? So you got a new segment.
Yep. So it's called Wins and Fails. So basically, let's talk about some fails for the week. Actually, ironically, during last week's show, one of the fails was happening right while we were conducting our show. when we were having, what was it, Lil D and Big Hef and the Gringo Gang.
Yeah, last week was great. You know, shout out to all of them. Yeah, Gringo Gang, Big Hef, Lil D.
And thank you to Dami Styles for helping us arrange that. Now, yes, it definitely took us certainly off of our normal schedule of how the show ran for sure, but it was fun. And it was a great look for the radio station to have a national recording artist in here. So it was very exciting. But so fails for the week. There's so many, but one that can't be denied is actually like I was saying last Thursday, Trump, I guess, was having a somewhat of a closed meeting where they were sitting down. I think it was 6 Democrats and 6 Republicans that were basically supposed to be coming up with a bipartisan agreement on the immigration plan because time is running out for getting things done. They're trying to figuring out what to do about DACA, which we talked about briefly last week about, and the week before that, which is basically the policy that any children that are born and brought over here from Mexico, whether or not they can stay because they've been here for so long, or whether or not it's only children who actually are born here. And they're basically trying to ship, as you know, Trump is not a lover of anyone Hispanic, basically trying to ship them back. Well, in this, and they're trying to talk about which countries are going to be banned or allowed to come in. Basically, he said, why should the United States accept more immigrants from Haiti and other shithole countries in Africa instead of places like Norway? And I don't know how many people from Norway are particularly trying to come to America. I can't imagine that it's many.
I think that whole thing is messed up, to be honest. I mean, there's people who were born here from other countries and still have to get sent back. I don't get that. Like, I saw a story where the guy came, well, he was already born, but he came here when he was 2. Yeah. He's like 30 something and he still got to go back.
But that's what DACA is all about, is Democrats are trying to keep it in place. And Republicans are trying to get rid of it. And because, the renewal, I guess, on this policy is about to renew, I believe in March, they have to get it taken care of, or else if they can't agree, the government's basically going to do a shutdown. So basically he says outright like this in the meeting, and people are even fellow Republicans are stunned, because what he has to remember, and he continues to forget, is that all of this is live. This is not back in the day where you can say whatever and no one knows that you've said it.
Right.
Everyone knows that you've said it. And so people are like, the Republicans are trying to scramble to figure out how they can breathe past this, or and so you have some that are saying, his number one priority is to America, so therefore, of course, the way he says things is harsher than other people, and they try to take it that way. Whatever. But then basically, whatever. We are seeing a lot more Republicans step out and be like, look, it's getting to a ridiculous point where, where you've excused him talking about Mexicans being thugs. You've excused him saying there's fine people on both sides in reference to the situation in Charlottesville. Now it's legit every brown country. And so you're having, what's his name? Anderson Cooper from CNN, when he was reporting it, actually teared up because he was just so upset, because he mentioned that he actually was taught, he had a Haitian professor that actually taught him a lot, and he was very beloved. And he ended up, he said basically he had come over from Haiti, worked really hard, got a great education with the intent always to return back to his country and bring opportunities. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what he, and he was explaining how upsetting that was, that you can't dismiss a whole country of people over, some mistakes that some people have made, because it's just like, if that were the case, then what about the white people that live here acting fools and stuff? Why are they not kicked out just for acting fools? Like,
so as usual, he keeps fucking up.
Yeah, pretty much.
As usual, he keeps fucking up, and that definitely calls for. So what side is that? I mean, I already.
Oh, that's definitely a fail. That's the number one fail. But there's a lot of big fails this week. To go right into the next fail, like I think I'm gonna save all the wins for later.
That's I like that. Yeah, we'll leave on a good note.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do the fails first.
The next fail. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but Larry Nassar is was a USA gymnastics coach, and apparently is up on charges for having sexually assaulted 135 of the little girls that he was in charge of.
And nobody said nothing?
They've been saying stuff, and no one has been listening to them. This whole Me Too movement suddenly has gotten people to start listening, I think, a little bit more, and it's taken more seriously, and it's become like, ironically, what started it all was he got brought up on charges of pornography, and he's already been sentenced to 60 years just for the child pornography alone. Now listen to this. However, if he gets charged for all these counts of sexual assault, I think he gets another 40 years. And I thought to myself, how is it that you can actually touch children and get less years than watching it on TV and on your
right? So
I think definitely something to be said about the way we do sentencing here in this country. Definitely, but so many. I mean, we're talking about gymnasts that you've watched and loved over the years. So we're talking about Simone Biles, just won the Olympics. We're talking about Aly Raisman. I mean, I don't know how familiar people are. We're talking about Gabby Douglas. So we're talking about, famous girls that have been abused, and they don't look abused, quote unquote. You know what I mean? They've learned to play their role over this time. And at one point, one of the girls who came out, she had signed a non-disclosure, and because they were supposed to be seeking $1.5 million in damages. And if she spoke out, they were going to charge her $100,000. Well, now all of a sudden they're saying, oh, we never really said that to her. That was part of a clause that her lawyers put in, because basically she was like, I feel like I need to speak out despite this $100,000. Right. And so we had some champions in the Hollywood world, Susan Sarandon, all these women stand up and be like, I'll pay the money. I'll pay the money for you to come on out with your story and tell us the details. What did he do? What did he do to you?
Is he still employed?
Oh, absolutely not. He's in lockup for sure. Okay. And he's in court right now handling. And so basically each day they're having more and more witnesses come in and talk about, their experience and how he robbed them and how they're afraid for their children now, and all this type of stuff. So that's terrible. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. So
what's our last one?
And our last fail that I couldn't really ignore is, I don't know if you guys have heard the story out of California with the 13 kids. I guess there was a family that they have 13 children, and they've been shown they homeschool their children. They've been shown taking them to Disney World and, posing for all these pictures. They have these really cute pictures in these thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, whatever. And these kids range from ages 2 to 29. For sure. They were just found one of the 17-year-olds got out and basically said that they've been held captive, and the neighbors knew they had kids but didn't see them very often. They were beaten, choked, shackled to their beds. Even when the police got there, 3 of the kids were still chained to their beds. The whole house is filled with urine because they weren't allowed bathroom breaks. For months at a time. Their parents would buy them toys but not let them play with them or take them out the package. They would make pumpkin pies and not let the kids eat them. The kids got 1 meal a day, so they were emaciated. So these kids are so thin that they're hospitalized, getting pumped full of IV fluid because they're so malnourished that they don't look their ages. Right. I mean, can you imagine you have a 29-year-old still living in the house, but he's looking like he's 17 because he hasn't been taken care of. They were allowed to shower twice a year. Twice a year. So it's one of the most appalling things. why? And I think that's the question that everybody is out here trying to figure out. Like, is it a money issue like that you originally started? But that doesn't explain. But that doesn't explain why you would chain them up. Like, they're definitely sick. And I'm trying to figure out why you continue to make kids. Like, you obviously don't enjoy them. So
for that, that's why they want kids. For that, they look forward to the kid being born so that they can do the same thing that they've been doing for these other kids, and it's just sick. It's just sick. And these people need to be somewhere. They need to be somewhere other than around other kids or around other people in general. And I don't, and it's like they need to be in a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Or somewhere, and maybe or maybe not. Maybe they're not dumb. Maybe they're sane, but they have some weird ass type of fetish type. Maybe they get off on this type of bullshit.
I'm certain it's a control issue.
At the kids' expense,
this has to be a control thing.
Because the kids are, they're a lot stronger than them, so they're not gonna fight back. It's bad. It's terrible. It's terrible. And now that they've been exposed, what is happening to them?
And what's interesting is that their family members are coming out, like a lot of them are shocked, but not denying it. Like, oh, well, like they actually interviewed the aunt of the mom, and she was like, that's absolutely crazy, and I want her prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Yeah,
my niece or not. She was like, I can't believe what they would do to those kids. Actually, I just pulled it up. The 29-year-old girl weighed only 82 pounds. 82 pounds. My 6th grade child at home weighs more than 82 pounds. My 11-year-old.
I don't know. We all know there's a lot of evil out here and people do some really, really fucked up things. But I mean, that's to when you involve children in that type of way, it just brings it to a whole nother level. It really does. And it's really sad. But when you get to things like that, you pray for the children. You hope that the children are okay. You hope that they can go into a home or environment or something like that where they can get better treated. Get more nourished, and try to give them like lots of hugs, because those kids are scarred for they'll never be the same growing. They'll never be right growing up, ever. They'll never be right growing up. So to all 3 of those, I got one thing to say.
I like that.
Yeah. You're all idiots. All idiots. Yeah.
Super fails for the week.
Fails for the week, no doubt. No doubt.
So we're going to have to change this around and change the vibe. And actually, I just saw that our first guest has walked in the building. So we're super excited. So you want to go on
we'll take a quick little break. Yeah, we'll throw a little song on there. Let's go with Blame Famous, man. Shout out to our soldier and that whole movement, man. Respect to you, big homie. Blame Famous right here, Breaking Ground Radio. When we come back, we got our first guest of the week, man. Let's go.
I blame you. Look at all the people that done changed up. Look at all the pain that I've been through. Gotta get up and pick up the pieces. Mad at myself picking up the pieces. Thinking about all of this time that I wasted trying to be you. Famous, I blame you. I was told if I didn't push work and pop guns in my raps that I wouldn't go far. Wouldn't get money, wouldn't get that honey, wouldn't get that rep, wouldn't get that car. I was stuck in it for a minute. I wonder what could I do if I put my true self in the bars. Had to make changes. My heart pours and every letter my pen illustrates. All I plot for your front spot on my dinner plate. Mine go when a line flow mean and pour heartstring and crush egos in one rhyme scheme. Hard to be what I'm called to be. Industry make it artistically hard to breathe. I feel like I can't 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 breathe. I feel like I can't. My soul not for sale, so don't place your bets because I'm chasing purpose, never chasing checks. Wanna be influential, never part of the issue, so protect your neck for the hits who get you like.
There was a time I would do anything as long as I became you. People looking in my eyes like, Joe, this ain't the same you. So many people lose their self trying to claim you. Wanna shoot for the stars but forgot how to aim through. Famous, I blame you. Famous, I blame you. Famous, I blame you. Famous, I blame you. Look at all the people that done changed up. Look at all the pain that I've been through. Gotta get up and pick up the pieces. Mad at myself picking up these pieces. Thinking about all of this time that I wasted trying to be you. Famous, I blame you. I was told if I didn't expose and downgrade a queen that I wouldn't go far. Wouldn't get money, wouldn't get that honey, wouldn't get that rep, wouldn't get that car. I was never with it from the beginning. Funny how I choose to respect them more than they listen less. Gotta get it off my chest. We need all women. Look at all the lies that they feed all women. Look at how the media want us to see our women. It's like the world wants us to defeat our women. Look at how the industry treats our women. Look at how the energy shifts our women. So I check myself because it starts with us. We gotta protect and uplift our women. They can't breathe. I feel like 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 they. Keep your head up, queen. You don't have to do what they want you to do. Be who you want to be, and you are enough. So salute to you, because without you, it wouldn't be in me. I'm saying we either don't see the problem or don't want to solve it. I don't really know what's worse, or the fact that a man's still stuck in his ways. I'm probably gonna skip this verse. I don't see the world the way they used to see, so I speak the vision you don't usually see coming to you from me. Lyrically self, all heart, food for thought, gluten free. Blame famous. Famous, I blame you. Famous, I blame you. Famous, I blame you. Look at all the people that done changed up. Look at all the pain that I've been through. Gotta get up and pick up the pieces. Mad at myself picking up these pieces. Thinking about all of this time that I wasted trying to be you. Famous, I blame you. Famous, I blame you. Famous, I blame you. Look at all the people that done changed up. Look at all the pain that I've been through. Gotta get up and pick up the pieces. Mad at myself picking up these pieces. Thinking about all of this time that I wasted trying to be you. Famous, I blame you.
Breaking Ground Radio, it's your man DJ Swamp Thing, man. We are back. We're a local and mainstream collab. It's your boy in the building, man. I got Tiffany L in the building. We got our first guest in the building. I'm gonna let Tiffany go ahead and do that business. You know what I mean? Let us know who we got in here.
Absolutely. I'm very excited. So I have LV and Monty. Did I say it right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Oh, you're so cute. Respectful too. I'm so excited. Okay.
That's only because his mom's over there.
No, don't play him like that. Don't play him like that. So, according to your bio, from new rap artist out of Pickerington, and started with music, singing and everything, but then you decided that you really enjoy loving rap music.
Yep.
And you have your debut single is Dark Rainbows, produced by Ryan Burns or whatever. It just came out December.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. We're gonna jump right in. Like, go ahead and let us know how did this happen. What's going on?
So basically, one of my friends was like, he sent me a beat and it was like, bro, I can see you on this, whatever. And I'm like, all right. So I went to go look at it and I'm like, I'm feeling the vibe. I used to be like on some simp stuff, R&B type of wave. So then it was like a mixture of like my feelings with that song. And like, it was really about my life when I made that song. It was like with my dad a day living by the weekend. Like, like I said, the weekend is basically how I express my like life really, because during the week you got school, you got work, you got all that, you got your jobs, hobbies, whatever. But on the weekend you get to be who you want. So that's what that song is about.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, okay. So your friend that you work with, has he been doing music for a while? And
yeah.
Have you in the past wanted to collab with him before? Or?
Oh yeah, I used to peep him, like see his beats and all that. But then when I heard that, it was just something. It was different. It was
something special that you heard. Okay.
We got more to come.
Okay.
More to come. So go ahead. I'm sorry. No. Go ahead.
What are you looking forward to? And what's your plan? I know it's all brand new. Like where do you see yourself? What does this look like to you? You becoming a new rap artist?
To me, it's beautiful because like it's just the beginning. I got so much more that I can produce and make. It's just the beginning. It's a lot more to come.
Okay.
To be honest, yeah.
Is it something that you plan to pursue after school, or
something to pursue my whole life?
Okay.
Even for 5 years from now, forever.
No doubt. So let me ask you. So what inspired you? Like, who who were you listening to before you decided, you know what, I think I can do this thing. Let me try and get in the booth. Who influenced you?
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Oh, the actual artist.
Which makes sense because you was like, you know, on the R&B.
The Weeknd really made me become who I was.
Okay.
And then who I am now.
Why was that? What was it?
What track
that he represented? Yeah, what was it that he represented that had you like?
My old type of wave was really about being not in love, but towards like being like heartbroken type of. That's how my name came about. LVN stands for loving. And I don't want to say I got my heart broken, but I did. And like in a way, I was just like,
you ain't get your heart broken yet, bro. You still young. You good. I feel you though.
It might have been everything to him.
Hey, I feel you though.
It was just some ups and downs, and then that's really how my music just like from the Weeknd, just taking peace from him, whatever, and just coming up to the artist I am now. I just like it was like I want to say a year ago, had a girl and all, but like it didn't work out. But that held me back from making the music I make right now. But without that happening, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. So you used it for the better good. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what Taylor Swift does on every album. That thing is making millions of dollars off of every breakup she goes through. So, okay.
No, I definitely agree, man. I know, even growing up, you know what I mean? Like, even though I didn't actually do songs or anything like that.
Yeah.
What up, Jay? I would listen to a particular song that set off the right situation.
Yeah.
So if my heart was broken, I'd go to a certain group or a certain artist. If I was in love, I'd go to Brian McKnight or somebody. So I definitely feel where you're coming from. So now that has set in and you got your vibe, you did the R&B thing for a while, but you kind of transformed over. What has taken effect in your maturity level musically that's helped that transformation? So now, like you said, you was kind of strictly R&B for the most part, but now you kind of doing the hip hop and the rap thing. So what got you to be like, you know what, I can kind of tag both in it? Yeah, I do the hard questions.
It was really a hard transfer because I was like, if I go and rap fully, I can't really rap, but at the same time I can, so I'm gonna go melodic. You know what I mean? Like kind of sing but rap. Right. And then I was just like, I might as well do both because going straight rap ain't on me. I can't go all something else that's not me. I can go make something that's me with the melodic way and kind of sing, and that's what I did. I just made my own type of stuff I want to make. You feel me?
No doubt.
I love it. Now, some music out right now that I don't enjoy. There's a lot of it. A lot of it comes from your generation. So keep it in 1,000. We're older than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we have a completely different expectations of what I feel like hip hop was to us. And it was a lot about social injustice and change and not to say everything was Superman respectful, because definitely there were the NWAs and the Public Enemies and all of that or whatever, the Snoop Dogs, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But I almost feel like whatever we thought was crazy then would be like, ooh, that's singing love songs to what we're hearing now. In addition to that, you really just don't know what a lot of people are talking about. I don't know if you have to put on special generational ears to hear these words. How do you feel about, I guess, today's hip hop? Who are some people that you enjoy, that you follow, that you would say, man, I would love to work with so-and-so. This is the kind of artist that I respect, blah, blah, blah.
I would like to say who I respect is Drake.
Okay.
Because Drake, he's really versatile, and like his music isn't always about, like, he tries to give a message out about his music. He tries to, like, it's not always negative, because what people making nowadays is about talking about killing people and all that, doing this and that, and like it's not really doing nothing. But like I feel like Drake, it's just talking about his music. It's not negative, I feel like. But it's like you said, it's a lot of people that make music that is like negative, talking about stuff that doesn't help anyone. I feel you on that.
So what I'm gonna kind of add to that. I just I don't, as a DJ, I'm open to a lot of different styles. I mean, I have what I like, but there are some things in that in the trap era and the mumble rap era that I'm okay with. But as an artist, as a young artist, which is where that era is really front line, do you think the role that you're taking is a role of being a pioneer, or is it just that's not you? That mumble rap, hip hop, that mumble / trap just ain't you. Because to me, you look like you got an old soul, and I say that because people said I had an old soul, and I respect that. Anytime in this day and age, when you get a young R&B cat or a young cat that speaks about love or speaks about stuff like that, got an old soul. Because life right now is just too hard, and all you consistently hear is just constantly. So
sex, drugs, ass, sex, drugs.
Is the influence? Is it family influence? Is it this is just who I am influence? Is it a little bit of both?
Yeah, it's who I am.
Okay,
that's really what
I respect that. I respect that. Well, we want to get into the song right now. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna let you introduce it, and then we're gonna get it rolling. And when we come back, Tiffany L and I got a couple more questions for you. So go ahead, have your minutes.
This is my song "Dark Rainbows," made by Ryan Burns, and I hope y'all enjoy.
All right, you heard it first. Dark Rainbows. LVN Manny. Did I say that right?
Money. Yeah.
Damn. I've been saying that all day too.
I have corrected so many times. His name is Kimani. I was like, oh, at least just take the money off. You know what I mean?
Hard, so I'm gonna stop saying names from now on.
Stop. That's not your role.
That ain't my role. We'll be right back.
We might die today, living by the weekend. Going head first, diving in the deep end. We just living life, don't worry about a cent. Me and my niggas living by the fucking man. She done a ride, she gon' die for me, yeah. Her friends, that's like some freaks, yeah. This also a flood, this a last you dream, yeah. Keep my circle tight like my skinny jeans, yeah. I'm a bastard, it's in my jeans. You're allergic to the guap, so I'm eating all the greens. I wish that upon my enemies. The pussy got 9 lives, but you down to 3. These niggas, they envy me. Singing my songs like Do-Re-Mi. Taking coding trips in my fucking dreams. If you're here with me now, then we gon' eat. We might die today, living by the weekend. Going head first, diving in the deep end. We just living life, don't worry about a cent. Me and my niggas living by the fucking man. She done a ride, she gon' die for me, yeah. Her friends, that's like some freaks, yeah. This also a flood, this a last you dream, yeah. Keep my circle tight like my skinny jeans, yeah. We living like some rock stars, wishing I was with the sun and stars. She was here in my arms, now it appears as if she's gone. She danced to the moonlight, never was down for the private life. 2 birds, 1 stone, we don't go home, cause all weekend, it's gone. We might die today, living by the weekend. Going head first, diving in the deep end. We just living life, don't worry about a cent. Me and my niggas living by the fucking man. She done a ride, she gon' die for me, yeah. Her friends, that's like some freaks, yeah. This also a flood, this a last we dream, yeah. Keep my circle tight like my skinny jeans, yeah.
Sabo don't play though.
We might die today, living by the weekend. Going head first, diving in the deep end. We just living life, don't worry about a cent. Me and my niggas living by the fucking man. She She done a ride, she gon' die for me, her friends, that's when like some freaks, This also a flood, this a last dream, Keep my circle tight like my skinny jeans, I'm a bastard, it's in my genes. She allergic to the guap, so I'm eating all the greens. I wish that upon my enemies. The pussy got 9 lives, but you down to 3. These niggas, they envy me. Singing my songs like Do-Re-Mi. Taking coding trips in my fucking dreams. If you're here with me now, then we gon' eat. We might die today, living by the weekend. Going head first, diving in the deep end. We just living life, don't worry about the same. Me and my niggas living by the fucking man. She done a ride, she gon' die for me, her friends, that's when like some freestyle. This on so fly, this a last dream, Keep my circle tight like my skinny jeans, We living like some rock stars, wishing I was with the sun and stars. She was here in my arms, now it appears as if she's gone. She danced to the moonlight, never was down for the private life. 2 birds, 1 stone, we don't go home, cause all weekend, it's gone. We might die today, living by the weekend. Going head first, diving in the deep end. We just living life, don't worry about the same. Me and my niggas living by the fucking man. She done a ride, she gon' die for me, her friends, that's when like some freaks, This on solar fly, this a last dream, Keep my circle tight like my skinny jeans,
Legend on the beat.
Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Little mama thick, she can get this jig. Ass real fat, she know that she the shit. Little mama thick, she can get this jig. Ass so fat, she know that she the shit. Whoa, Kimo Sabe, big ballin' is my hobby. 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 Little mama thick, she know that she the shit. Ass sitting right, I know that pussy hit. Cash money in this bitch, number 1 stunner. Fly young boy, fucking niggas, baby mamas. Whoa, Kimo Sabe, big ballin' is my hobby. Beat me up, Scouter, I'm serving everybody. My niggas kamikaze, down to catch a body. You be deep off in your party, yo, my niggas get retarded. Bitch, I'm from Lorraine, my old city gang. That chopper black and ugly, I call it chopper rain. Oh, mama, shake that ass, that money gon' come. Big ballin' is my hobby, throwing 20s, not ones. Little mama thick, she can get this jig. Ass so fat, she know that she the shit. Little mama thick, she can get this jig. Ass so fat, she know that she the shit. Whoa, Kimo Sabe, big ballin' is my hobby. 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 Fuck these hoes, get money, sell dope, neighborhood superstar. How I'm about shots, bitch, about a whole bar. Low mama, do your thing. Ain't no drought over here, I'ma make it rain. Big time, all my niggas grinding. Hold up, wait a minute, bring it back up, rewind it. Whoa, move that ass slow. Now bust that pussy open. Watch that cash flow. Little mama called, and she know she got it. Told her she can get it. Big ballin' is my hobby. Little mama thick, she can get this jig. Ass so fat, she know that she the shit. Little mama thick, she can get this jig. Ass so fat, she know that she the shit. Whoa, Kimo Sabe, big ballin' is my hobby. Whoa, Kimo Sabe, big ballin' is my hobby. Kimo Sabe. Big ballin' is my hobby. Whoa, Kimo Sabe. Big ballin' is my hobby. Whoa, Kimo Sabe. Whoa, Kimo Sabe. Whoa, Kimo Sabe. Whoa, Kimo Sabe. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Making ground ready. It's your man DJ Swamp Thing with local and mainstream collab. We are back in the spot. Tiffany L and our featured guest, guest number one, LV and
Monty. Oh my God!
It takes me. It takes me a while.
I don't.
It's gonna take me the whole rest of the day.
Monty is hard for.
Because once I have it in my head that it's a certain way, that's how the way it stays. And it's horrible. It's just terrible. But respect to you in the joint. We had to play it twice back to back. I think that it can change a little bit of what Columbus is used to, which is a good thing. Because in my opinion, and we got Jay, who was very, very in deep with the culture too. In my opinion, it's too much of the same thing. And I think you bring in something different. So I respect that. I definitely like the song. We're gonna keep it on rotation and play it here in the next upcoming week. So
let me tell you this though.
Go ahead.
I was very happily surprised that I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. And not in a mean way, but I think, I have become quite stereotype. I don't know what the word is, prejudice against the youth music these days, because I don't enjoy most of it because I don't understand a lot of it. Yeah. And it makes me feel old to say that because I know that's what our parents used to say about our music. But it was nice that I knew what you were talking about, and it had a really good flow. It had a good hook. It was enjoyable. You looked like you were enjoying yourself. And I love that it didn't look like it was slapped together. So congratulations on that. That is much to be said, because I promise I've run into, just if I just go out and people are like, I say I have a radio show. Oh my God, I'm a rapper. Are you? Great. I'm so excited to be one more rapper. So how do you feel like coming out of Pickerington, Ohio, like you're going to be able to stand out as a quality artist? I know you're starting off, but like starting off on a good foot instead of like I just stereotype, one of many, everybody trying to do this. Everybody thinks they can put some rhyming words together and some flow, say ass a few times, and they have a song.
I feel pretty good. Most people I know just make music just to make music. Like after I got done saying I was on the radio a couple times, people was like, how do you do this? How do you make music? I'm like, bro, it's not this. You just make music just to make music. You gotta feel the connection with the music. You just can't one day just wake up and be like, oh, I'm gonna buy some studio equipment and just make some music. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work. It has to come to you.
Right.
You can't go to music.
So what we got about 5 minutes. What are you looking for here in the future? What are you looking to accomplish as an artist? Where are you looking to go here in the next? It's the beginning of the year, so let's say by the end of the year, what are you looking to accomplish?
By the end of this year, I'm hoping to at least I don't want to say get out of Ohio, but I want to at least get some looks from at least Atlanta. I want to move to LA, but I'm not moving to LA this
right.
Year, but no doubt. I want at least to just get looks from all over. For sure, my music all over the United States.
No doubt.
Yeah, how are you currently getting your music out as of right now, besides YouTube?
Right now, I'm signing up for BMI right now, and I'm trying to get my music played all over. Mm-hmm. And really, I'm just trying to expose my music all over Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Absolutely.
Well, I definitely think that's gonna happen for you. Like I said, man, we respect what you're doing, man. We got nothing but hope and good vibes from you. So we know you're gonna make some stuff happen here in the future. I know this ain't gonna be the last time we hear from you. Mm-hmm. Let everybody know how you can be reached. Let everybody know again how they can hear the song and other songs that you might have out.
Yeah. Well, you can follow me on Instagram at LVN Money. I'm gonna spell that out. LVNMANI. You can follow me on Twitter at LVN Money. LVN MANI, and on SoundCloud at LVM Money too.
No doubt. One more time for LVM Money in the building.
And you have a new song coming up?
Oh yeah, Blast Off. You can follow you follow me on SoundCloud or any social media, you'll see that I posted on there. It's on SoundCloud right now. It's Blast Off.
And the new song is about?
Really, it's about me and the come up of me. Just blasting off, just chilling, good vibes. And just good vibes.
No doubt. I ain't mad about shoots. I ain't mad about that at all. Well, hopefully you don't have to go nowhere, man. Hang tight. If you can, stick around for a little bit. Tiffany, we're going to get into, I know we still got, we handled all the losses, for the wins and losses. Let's do the two of the wins, and then we'll do the last two later on here in the show. But let's definitely give the two wins that you got thus far, and then from there we'll get into our money moves.
Absolutely. All right. Well, New Zealand this week just became the 13th country to legalize gay marriage. It's kind of a big deal because, well, it's a big deal because it's people's rights and the fact that, you know, they're being respected a little bit more. People are being able to live out their lives how they see fit. And it's actually why that's so significant is also it's the first nation in the Asia Pacific region. I think that that's something to be said about the way that they view different things going on in the world, but they still managed to get that accomplished. So that was dope. And then I also saw a really good story about, I guess there was a rally against racism held in Vancouver. Notice that these are places that are
not in this right.
Not in the U.S. Unfortunately, exactly. That's kind of the trend. Is that it's almost somewhat difficult to find a lot of positive things to say that are going on in the news.
Yeah.
But over 4,000 people showed up to counter racism, including there were like different like far right anti-Islam marchers that were there, but there were so many people there in positivity and you know there for the right reasons to show that you know no matter what you're talking about we can always show up in big numbers. And because it was such big numbers, it was something to be said about you know where I think the not just the country but where the world's heart really lies, even though we're drowned in so much negativity about people of different colors, people of different religions, and it's certainly not being helped by Trump, what do you say? Egging it on, I guess. So it was good to see that, you know, some people are still trying to let everybody know that it's not going to triumph. Right. We are not reverting back to the 1950s, as some people have been talking a lot about. Like, you know, that's kind of what the world is looking like right now. So that was definitely good to hear.
So shout out for the two wins, man. We definitely want to make sure they get their props. This is not the one I wanted, but that's okay. I wanted something else. I thought I had the right one, but I didn't. Hold on, I'm gonna get it right. That wasn't the one either. I'm gonna get it right. There we go. I wanted that Mario back. Yes, who remembers that? 80s baby, stand up.
I know. I was like, so no one who's listening to us right now.
Yeah,
they're like,
I heard it. So
that's that old retro sound.
That's
right. I think they have that in video game world.
That's right. So we're gonna do this, man. We're gonna draw one or maybe two songs, and then we'll come right back with our Money Moves segment with our new Money Moves hostess.
Yes, Miss Nicole Simpson. As a wealth strategist, she works in insurance and making sure that people are protecting themselves and knowing about how to grow their money. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say on that topic. So get your notes out. So if y'all trying to make this money, it's January. Start off on a good foot. Maybe in December you'll end up with some money in your bank instead of them credit card bills.
Hey, here's YAS, the homie Bizzo, man, Breaking Ground Radio.
No long talk. Go time. It's go time, feel it when I spoke my hitter. Been a long time, never been a joke, my hitter. It's bow tie busy, give a toast, my hitter. Riding my wave, man, my low tie bigger. No, I don't need a cosign, feel it from the O side. We the one they chose, my hitter. Just ball in the game and go pro, my hitter. Then retire, cop a yacht in a coast, my hitter. I know my lines probably caused many tumors. Dropped so many gems, I done fired my jeweler. Pondered in school, inspired by a tutor. Had honors in school, but I gotta get the tutor. Scholarship too, make my father look foolish. I'm not really pissed, he just missed all the cool shit. Busy bruiser, don't skip to my Luthen. Where were you was at when I was bringing all this loot in? East Columbus rapper, know the South Side too though. Grew up North Linden, Grandy, West Side on Juno. I live by Eureka, so I know the streets too though. My brother off the pen, he was out before Juno. With the pen, I should drop this in June though. Fire in the blue glow, tired of the loopholes. You make the best songs, you the tightest, that's new rules. I win, that's new rules, entirely a new raw. A pirate with a suit on, tatted in a group home. Trying to put my troops on, trying to get my group on. Count me in the game, discounted like a coupon. Half price slept on me like a newborn. Capsized and my salary is too gone. That's fire, all this green needs some croutons. Act right or get stumped with these boots on. Outsiders get pumped from these monkey bars off the wing. 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 Yeah, monkey bars off the wing. 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 Yeah, monkey bars off the wing. Monkey bars off the wing. 3 years old, fell off the monkey bars cruise. My ribs bling. Monkey bars off the wing. Young hitter, still a king. But I was in the hospital in a bubble, trying to get out for like 2 weeks. Yeah, monkey bars off the wing. Those memories are just a dream. I'm seeking inner peace, you'll remember me. I'm like 10 degrees below freeze. The coldest young rapper around here. You folks ain't from around here, you can get put down here. Now how does that sound? Yeah, like what does that sound? Hear me out. The loudspeaker speaking on my word of mouth. Awkward and childish, came from the bottom like lobster and clownfish, but not one to clown with. Drive like a Crown Vic. I'm honestly waiting for your chick to ovulate, and then I'ma sell me a rapper like dating a mama. Hottest young rapper have baked in the sauna. Patience and honest greatness until we start making them commas. Making deposits, I'm taking it all in. Breaks in the fall like I'm taking it all in. Back at the game, I'm the Grinch in the morning. Got the biggest heart, give my gift when I'm gone, and don't get it, you corny. I'm sipping this 40, wishing I could email this one to 40. Listen, this for me, kicking the door. Please mask on my face, all these gifts are in store. I can give you some more. Young infinite source, young infinite source, young infinite source. Let's go kick it some more. Let's go kick it some more. Let's go kick it some more. Young infinite source, young infinite source, young infinite source. Let's go kick it some more. Let's go kick it some more. Let's go kick it some more.
Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power.
Holy, here we go again, man.
Fucking bitches in the shower. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Fucking bitches in the shower. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Niggas say they wanna rob us. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Fucking with the money kinda. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Been tryna fuck her cause she look like me. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been tryna connect with the plug daughter, her name Katana. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been wrecking the mileage. Taking them trips out to Dallas. Wrapping up peas, I'm a stylist. Handle my biz, I got callous. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up in that shit. I've been up in no club. Money and power. You just getting allowance. I be a minute of the night. I've been how you get hurt. I ain't coming to the store when I said pay less. Got a bag on my pad, say less. A lot of hours on the interstate. Yeah, nigga spend a couple dollars on my neck, but shit. Just like I need them. I'm looking for that treasure, where is that? Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power. Yeah, I've been up for some hours. For that money and the power.
Here we go again, man.
That's going crazy.
going crazy. We just smoked our papers, sipping on that lean, passing up codeine. Yeah, she bad as fuck. I mean, she bad as fuck. Big booty baby, that pussy drive me crazy. Shawty love my fashion, shawty cut my fashion. Why she always spazzing? Cause a nigga snapping. I just put the guala Benji's on the spread it on the bed. Talking all that bullshit, nigga. Got your main bitch in my bed. Smoke that purple, best that fucking nerdy. Smoke that killer, 808, that shit just got me swerving. What the fuck you niggas really want from me? Ain't got nothing that can for some problems and some waves. Hot box going crazy. 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 Oh, hot box going crazy. All my niggas smoked out. All my niggas whack.
Yeah, been looking some mouse. For that money in the road. Yeah, been looking some mouse. Fucking bitches in the show. Yeah, been looking some mouse.
Hot box going crazy. Hot box going crazy. Oh, baby. Tell me what you need. I do what baby, whatever you play.
Holy, here we go again.
Hot box going crazy.
Breaking Ground Radio, it's your man DJ Swamp Thing, well, local and mainstream collab. Tiffany L still in the building. We got, oh, you know what I didn't do? I want to make sure that I do. I do. No pun intended. Whitney,
That was pretty
for
damn
30 seconds, can you come over here and get in front of a mic just for like seconds? Whitney, WD. Come on, WD. So, if you follow us on social media, which I know you do, and we appreciate that, you notice that we put Whitney. Do you want me to say Whitney Dixon?
Chanel. Oh, whoa.
Well, then what you just said when you were standing up there, that's what you
Chanel.
said. Whitney Chanel. You notice that we said that she is now part of the Breaking Ground family. So I wanted to give her an opportunity to formally introduce herself for just a few seconds while we're kind of ahead of ourselves. So this is perfect time. And we are very appreciative of all the work that she has done thus far. Right, Tiffany? Right? See, I caught her off guard.
We're
yes.
so grateful.
Yeah.
So, so everybody, this is Whitney Chanel. She is our official Breaking Ground Radio photographer. What's up?
What's up?
How are you?
I am great.
Thank you.
Great.
For all that you
Thursday
do.
is a great day.
Every Thursday is a great day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
go ahead.
Plug yourself.
I mean, I was just gonna say,
Plug
y'all
yourself.
can follow me on Instagram. Whitney
At
at Miss Whitney Chanel, and also on Twitter.
You
Whitney
tell us
Chanel.
how to spell it?
Oh, Miss MS. Yes, I'm single. Whitney like Houston. Chanel like the bag.
Chanel like Whitney like you. Chanel like the bag.
Wow.
I like it.
All right. Okay.
I like it. So you will be seeing her a lot.
Yes.
A lot of the pictures that we are going to be posting up through my page, through the Breaking Ground page on Instagram, through Tiffany L's page, through the Breaking Ground page on Facebook.
Yes.
Which is hopefully coming up soon. You'll see all the pictures there.
Oh my God!
and,
yes, I forgot.
yeah, and we'll definitely let you know your work, and then you can get work through her as well.
Yes. Book
thanks.
Whitney Chanel.
Book Whitney Chanel.
Book Whitney Chanel.
Excuse me. At
Sorry, I
Book
forgot
Whitney
that.
Chanel. And that's on Facebook.
Instagram.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, there you go. Let's go, Tiffany. What's up next?
All right, it is time for Money Moves. You got my clip?
I got your clip.
It's money moves. Breaking ground.
Hey.
I got the moves. I got the moves.
Hey.
I'm making moves.
Hey.
You gotta move.
All right, today we are welcoming Miss Nicole Simpson. We have been, yay, welcome. Okay, we are welcoming her. I actually had an opportunity to meet her years ago at the Nest, or it was called the Nest at Zanzibar. And at first she was just my friend that we gravitated and laughed together and enjoyed some good poetry. And then the more we talked, and I found out a lot about what she was doing, and how she basically caters to the African American community, a lot of our friends, doing insurance, giving financial advice. I definitely thought she would be a great candidate to come on and represent. She's originally from Columbus, Ohio. She got her bachelor's from Kent and later went on to get her master's in business administration from the University of Phoenix.
Nice.
Started off in mental health, quickly realized that was not going to happen. Just because, I mean, how often can you continue to see sadness, and more sadness instead of, anything turning around? So she decided to get some training in banking and finance and insurance, and she has now used that to launch Go Fund Your Life. So she has a website at www.gofundyourlife.com where you can learn more about financial education, find out you can get some financial products, and she mostly caters to underserved communities like those that we're living in. Anybody making, 30 to 90,000, which if you don't know much about the financial field, that is not necessarily the targeted area that most people trying to make big bucks go after, because they don't have big bucks. But I think what's most important about what she's doing is that it's not just about money. It is about how to help those in our community learn more about their money so that they don't get into the situations where, God forbid, you have to bury someone unexpectedly and you don't have the funds to do so. Someone gets sick. You don't have any money to back you up. There's no emergency plan, and giving them the tools that they need to start growing those and making better decisions. And I think that's to be applauded. So very, very excited to have her here today.
That's a dope ass introduction, ain't it though?
Yeah.
Come on now.
She's super.
Come on now.
Thank you for writing a great bio.
Come on now.
It's very hard to be like pulling at
straws,
trying to like,
figure out what to say.
I think you are amazing because, absolutely. But you're amazing because you're amazing. And so let's jump right into it. Tell us what your theme of the week is, and what you want everybody to get from today. Yeah.
Awesome, man. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me on tonight, and I'm just really excited to be able to share a lot of this financial knowledge about what it is that I do and what we all need to be able to do. Just jumping right in for tonight, we're going to really start talking about how to give your money a GPS plan. Okay, so you have to know where your money is going in order for you to be able to get to your planned destination. So just the same way we open up our phones and we plug in, I want to get to destination A, B, and C, and we get directions, turn left, turn right. You know that you've arrived because the little button tells you, hey, your destination is at the right. We need to be able to do that with our money. And if we do that, we're going to be able to stay on course and just really lay a solid foundation, save ourselves a lot of time and a lot of heartache. So basically, every money situation that's out there is going to automatically be pulled back down to your budgeting situation. If you say, man, my credit's not good. Well, it's probably a result of you not being able to manage your money effectively. Right. If you are saying that you don't have enough money for this, you have a cash flow issue, all these different things, that all goes back down to your budget. So budgeting is extremely simple. Zero's your hero at the end of the month for your budget, guys. So you want to be able to, zero is your hero. Just like the United States government right now is working to balance the budget. If they can't get it balanced, they're going to shut down the government. If we can't get our own budgets balanced, we need to shut down the spending. We need to not be able to do anything at all. So budget, number one, is to be able to know everything that you have coming in the house, right? whoever lives in the household who is contributing to household income, you need to know what every dime is that's coming in the house, and you got to know it. So can't hide it from your spouse, can't hide it from your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your whoever's in the house, your mama, whoever lives with you. When you all are contributing towards a household budget, we need to know where all those dollars are, and they all have to be accounted for. They all have to go on our GPS. And then the next thing is we've got to be able to sit down and determine what are those expenses that we have? What are the things that we have to be able to pay for? Okay? So that's going to be everything down from your groceries, down to the lotion, potions, whatever it is that you spend in a month. You got to have all of that down. And then at the end of the month, your goal is to be able to have all that zeroed out. So what came in, what goes out, it should all be at zero, and then you start again on the next month. If you're finding out that you've got more going out than what's coming in, then you have to be able to adjust the budget. You know, I was doing a new healthy eating program for the year, so it changed my grocery budget than what I wasn't really expecting. But I needed to get some lip gloss, so it messed up my beauty budget. So when I looked at the budget, I only had $4 that I was able to spend on my beauty budget because I had blown more of my budget for the month on my groceries so far. So I had to make that adjustment. And we have to make that adjustment. So just like the federal government, if you guys are watching the news, Donald Trump says, hey, I want money to be able to build the wall. Well, where are we going to take it? Well, we're going to take it from these programs here and we're going to take it from these programs there. Well, the reason why he's doing that is because you only have one lump sum of money and you only have a certain amount of things that you can allocate it to. So you either have to slim down someplace and fill it in, but that's it. You have to learn how to be able to spread that money around. And if people can just start with bare bones basics there, they're going to be in a much better position, because then when you know where every dollar is going, you know where it's going to come out at, and you know where you can make adjustments.
But but that's for those who I like. One of the things that hit me was having to what was it? Having to not go overboard or having to not overspend. So, for example, you just got your check. Let's say your check's $200, and you want to make ends meet. So you want to figure out how much can I spend my money on and still have enough when I get paid again. And one of the things that I think people run into is that 14 days is a long time when you're trying to save $50 maybe. So how do you adjust to bills, going out, all of that stuff, and still have some money left over 14 days later to meet your next check?
Gotcha. That's a good question, and it all really lies in us understanding things that we want and things that we need. You can make $200 stretch if you decide that you need to eat. Even though you want to order pizza and you want to go to J. Alexander's,
right.
You need to eat peanut butter and jelly and ramen noodles. You need to, because that's how you make your budget stretch.
Yeah.
But too often we find ourselves just drawn into the, microwave kind of a society where everything you have it right now.
Yeah.
And we can't do that. And we have to learn how to operate and be able to create some sacrifices for ourselves now so that you can set aside some things. So the folks that I work with, Line Budgeting Group right now, that I'm working with 15 individuals. And what we're talking about is setting aside those savings, and making that a part of your budget. And everyone is doing at least 20%. They're doing 10% for a charity, and then they're doing 10% where they're paying themselves. So that's automatically going to create that emergency fund. The other 80%, they have to work that within their budget and make it work.
Right.
So you got to look at the numbers.
What do you feel like is people's most difficult part of the budgeting thing? Like, what do you like? Is it just that sticking to it? Is it the getting started? Is it the accounting for everything? Because I find personally, I'm really good at mapping out all the bills, that kind of thing. What gets me trapped up or messed up is I forgot the kids they ran out of loofahs, or they need more lotion, or they need more whatever, but it has to be bought, or there's no detergent. It's going to throw off my, I'm out. What do you do? I guess I guess that's where I struggle, because in my mind, I'm like, well, I gotta have it. It's not like pizza. Like pizza, I'm real good about being like, nah, I ain't got no money for pizza, but I gotta have money for lotion. I gotta have money to get them some pencils. Like I gotta have money for, you know what I mean? Like,
or the kid just got to smell like chicken grease that week because you ain't had no lotion. You got to get in there and get with that Crisco. I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I mean, my mama, sometimes I had to use Crisco. I was the shiniest girl in the class. It's good for the skin. Coconut oil? No. Seriously. I mean, not that I'm against that. That could be a way that you could get to that ends means. But the biggest thing is participation. So when you're talking about things like that and you've got a family, you need to have a family meeting. And everyone in the family needs to be involved in your budget. Yeah. All the way down. If they can walk and talk and ask for things, they have to be involved in the family meeting and make it so it's on their level. Mm-hmm. So we want full participation of everyone who's in the household. And then we want open communication where we have a list and we know what those things are. And you can get the kids involved in it. You know, if you know that your kids love Pop-Tarts, then maybe we can save some money on the budget because maybe they can get toaster pastries, you know, but they understand that. And then tie it to something fun, you know, for the kids. Say, hey, if we're able to save X amount of dollars, we'll do something fun as a family. We'll go skating, we'll go this, because nowadays we don't wait for anything. You know, we all want this instant gratification all the time. When we were younger, like, you didn't just get it right then and there. Like you had to wait until like it was a big thing to go to the fair in the summer or, you know, or whatever it was. Nowadays, kids got whatever they want right now. And so do we. We live in that society. So we have to teach people again about that delayed gratification, teach them how to work towards something, work towards a goal, and make it a family thing. So all day long, participation, communication.
Okay. I love that.
So when we're gonna take a quick little break right now, and then when we come back, we're going to ask Nicole just how important is money as it pertains to being in a marriage and really having that foundation with that significant other, and how important being open about money really is, because I know that is sometimes the biggest ground for divorce or separation, unfortunately. So we'll talk about that when we come back. We got the homie Carnage Body Bag, man, who's on live. I see Big Dog. K9's Cap C, man. What up, Massachusetts? Stand up, man. We got the song Blessed. When we come back, we got Nicole, man. Don't go nowhere. Breaking Ground Radio. Hey.
So blessed, baby. I'm feeling so blessed, baby. Yeah. I'm feeling so blessed, baby. I'm feeling so blessed. God bless me, baby. 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 Oh, so blessed. So blessed. God bless me, baby.
Yo, Cap, what's good? What up, Nines? Bully, I see. They say that gangsta shit don't exist no more. I say maybe that's because they ain't real. Ever thought about that?
Mobbing through the city, yeah, I'm stopping in the spot. If my money ain't a fool, boy, you're headed for the box. Aggressive about the paper, so that smiling shit can stop. Hit him with that shit bag, yeah, something like the locks. Survivor of the streets, the code is what I stuck to. If the money up, then know that I'm up too. I die if it's meant for me. Caution if you mention me, not just a rider on the beat. Check my history. I get it, I spin it, you need it, I got it. It all comes to profit. Your haters can stop it. I'm killing this project. My haters just pop shit, so tell them just watch it. Goddamn, haters always close to me. I bag them like some groceries. Have respect approaching me. I keep it real like golden cheese. Speaker of the streets, I'm what the kilos follow. Robbing for the paper, never beg and borrow. Today, I want my money for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm married to the money, baby. Meet me at the altar.
I hold zip the smoke and I rolled up early. I've been blessed since day one. That makes my water holy. Always rolling with the same circle. Soon I'll be rolling with a rolling. The streets taught me well, nigga, just like my parents. We make it hard for y'all to keep up. We ain't your average. Your defense is weak, cause we're causing hella damage. There go nines with the ratchets again. Cap C moving weight like he owning a gym. My nigga Carnage. It's just body bagging again. We body bagging your men. The shotty blasting the bends. Real G's ain't gotta pretend. Where there's a start, there's an end. Motherfucker, I won't say this again. Nah.
I feel so blessed, baby. I feel so blessed, baby. Yeah. I feel so blessed, baby. I'm feeling so blessed. I'm BLESSED, baby, and I'm rocking with God, even though that these streets raise me. I came from the bottom, been aiming straight for the top scope. Looking at these options, Ferrari, Porsches, and Lambos. Also from the corner, my name is tagged on that light post. I've been walking on death for so long, mastered the tightrope. Capital Entertainment, you know we brought that life, yo. Blessings on blessings, feeling like we just cashing out, yo. Yeah. God bless me, lady.
Capital Entertainment shit.
I just like this.
Breaking Ground Radio, it's your man DJ Swan Thing, man. Well, local and mainstream collab. We are back at it. Tiffany L in the building, Miss Nicole Simpson in the building for our Money Move segment, which we are doing every third Thursday of the week. Let me tell you something, man. For those who are struggling with how to handle their money, their finances, their bank accounts, their credit, it's a real thing. It is literally a real thing. And there are lots and lots of people out here who are struggling with how to handle money. It doesn't matter if you make 100,000, 50,000, or 10,000 or 5,000, and people are calling. So let me see who hitting me up. Let's see. Breaking Ground Radio, this is DJ Swamp Thing. Who's this?
Damn, what happened? Y'all ain't pay y'all phone bill? I've been
What you
calling
mean?
so many times.
Well, first of all, didn't we talk earlier and the phone was working, right?
What you say?
And then you called earlier and the phone was working?
Man, listen.
So what's that? So first of all, who am I talking? So first of all, that's what I'm about to find out, because that's what it sound like. That's what it sound like.
Dang, well, how you gonna call just all argumentative with the conversation?
What's up, Kay? What's good? You all right? Everything good? Huh? What'd you say?
What's going down?
Nothing, man. We here talking finances with Nicole Simpson. Were you listening earlier? Because I played Shout Out. Did you miss it? You did, didn't you?
Hey.
See, that means you missed it. That means you missed it.
You're whack.
Definitely missed it.
No, but shout out to them for coming on the show.
No doubt.
Who that is?
No doubt. Yeah. So Nicole Simpson is I'm saying she's a wealth strategist. Is that accurate?
Nigga, get your words together. What you?
I said wealth. You know what? You lucky I love you. You lucky I love you, Kay.
About to be done with you.
You lucky I love you, Kay. But no, seriously. Seriously. So
I love you too, small thing. What's up, Tiffany?
I love you too, boo. How are you?
Oh, now y'all can't hear me.
No, we hit. We hear you. She said, "What's up?"
I'm right next to the mic.
I can't hear y'all.
I don't know why. We hear.
We hear you loud and clear.
We hear you loud and clear.
Pay your phone bill.
All right.
I think it might be you, boo. check your boost.
Y'all out. Give y'all kudos. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to Breaking Ground Radio.
Appreciate you.
And all that.
Appreciate you, Kay. Love you. When you got to come back and holler at us, okay?
Oh, for sure.
All right.
That thing's going on. Definitely give me a ring, all right?
All right. We will. Will you be up? We'll talk soon.
All right, for sure.
All right, baby. Peace. Yeah, so shout out to Crazy K. Being crazy as always, but it's all good. You know what I mean? We love her. So yeah, the concepts is still in the building. We're still in the midst of money moves. You know what I mean? We talking finances or what we doing. Like I said, everybody need a little help sometimes, and sometimes, most of the times, it be financial help. So we said, what were we going to talk about after when we was on the break? What was it?
You said you wanted to talk about marriage and money.
Mm-hmm. Like that. Like, tell me that's not like the top 3 things.
That's definitely one of the top 3 things.
I almost think that's like a topic.
That is like a top, like a whole topic
like a whole
for
day. Like, I don't think she can solve the whole marriages right now. But go ahead. What can you give us?
Well, as far as marriage and money is concerned, oftentimes we find that couples think that they should have separate accounts. His and hers, where things are separate. But once you've become married, if you decide to go that route, then you've chosen to become one flesh, and you also got to become one purse, one pocketbook, and one wallet, because you have to know where all the money is going in every direction in the household. I was once married, and this was a huge point of contention in my marriage, in that I wanted to buy groceries, get my nails did, my hair did, everything did. And my husband wanted to go out and, kick it with the boys. And then before you knew it, pow, in the middle of the bank account, we got overdraft fees going left and right, $37 because he wanted to go bowling, hit the movies, buy a couple drinks. He wanted to, ball out. And that cost us, maybe a couple $100 in fees, all because we didn't communicate.
Right.
So communication is always going to be key. And so everything's just going to go back to that. What are your mutual goals? What is it that you guys have goals for as a family unit? What are you all trying to achieve? And then what is it that you want to be able to do as an individual, and make sure that those things are in the budget? I know a couple here in Columbus that is an amazing financial guru, a colleague of mine. She is shoe crazy. When I tell you, she has probably 2 bedrooms full of shoes, and she's married. So you would think that would cause a problem, but it's in their budget, because that's something
it is in their budget for her to just go wild out, ass crazy on shoes.
Not for her to go wild out, but she knows how much money she's going to spend on shoes every month, and it's in their budget.
But can you imagine how much could be saved if she didn't do that shit every week?
But everybody has their thing that they love. So it's just that's like us cutting your Parmesan. How you feel about that?
That's $3. It ain't $80 a shoe.
If it's $3 a day, my brother, it adds up. But I think that's the point.
I'm trying to we about to have an argument right now.
We can have
I can feel it. I can feel it. I ain't gonna lose shit.
Your budget shouldn't be restrictive. Your budget just needs to include all of the things that it needs to include, and then it can't go outside of those guidelines. So if you are a cigarette smoker and you smoke a pack a day, or whatever those things are, and that's something that's important to you and you need to have it, then it has to be in the budget. But if you're a cigarette smoker and that, I think cigarettes is like $35 a pack now or something like that. Like
it's a lot.
It's a lot, right?
$35 a pack, but it's like $7.
Right. So it's pretty expensive. So if that's the case, then maybe you cannot buy top shelf alcohol if you have that in your entertainment budget. Maybe you got to get Schweppes in the plastic bottle on the bottom of the floor, the one that bounced.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so
$3.30
right. You might have to get the bottle that bounced. You can't pop top shelf bottles, but put it in your budget and make it work. You know what I mean? It's always going to be a little bit of give and take.
Yeah.
But it can happen. But it's just all about having that communication up front, and without that, no one knows what anyone's doing, and then everything blows up.
I think that's important that you mentioned that, not to make the budget restrictive, unless of course it needs to be restrictive for whatever your budget purposes are. Like if you are quote unquote saving up or whatever. I know that my birthday is coming up soon, and one of the things that I had wanted to do and a goal that I had set for, the last year or two, is that I wanted to go to Mardi Gras. I want to go to Mardi Gras with some girlfriends and wild out, safely and respectfully, but get it in.
There is no such thing as safely and respectfully on Mardi Gras.
I think there is.
Take it from me.
I think there is.
The 30-plus veteran of New Orleans, there's no such thing.
Anyway, but then here it is, my birthday again, and I'm not able to go because I didn't plan well. I didn't put the money aside $20 here, $50 here to get my ticket, to get my, hotel, whatever. And here I am sad. Like, I always do this to myself. And I look back on what it is I spend my money on, and it is my kids all the time. 1,000% of the time it is, oh, I want to take them skating. Oh, this movie came out. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. And I don't think about how it adds up, because all I think is I want to give them this good life where they had all these fun things and they have all these great memories, because I work a lot. And so when I am home, I want to be doing a lot of stuff with them. But then I look back and I go, could I have, instead of taking them here and 52 places, I could have taken them to one fantastic place, like on a vacation, or we could have gone to Disney World or something more substantial, something that would have stayed with them a lot longer than these little movies and stuff.
Let me get this call. Hopefully it's a Money Moves call. That's what I'm really hoping for. But let's see what's happening. You're live on Breaking Ground Radio. Who's this?
This is DeAndrea, aka DC. Is DA Vincent still on?
Hey. Oh, my bad. He's here. Yeah. This is VA Vision's in the house. What's happening?
What's up, boy?
Okay. You got DeAndrea. Say your name one more time for me, boo. DC. Okay.
You know who it is?
She said, you know who it is.
Yeah, she down in Dallas.
Oh, you down in Dallas?
Yeah.
You know it.
Okay. So what's happening in Dallas? What's going on in Dallas right now? We coming out there in about another month and a half or so. What'd you say?
They're trying to get this money out here. That's what's going on.
Good. I'm glad you said that. You're trying to get this money out here, because we got a Money Move segment right now with Nicole Simpson. So if you got a question about trying to save your money or stop spending, you better ask her right now so you can get that bomb ass advice. What's happening?
Okay, so stop spending. So currently, I invested into I opened up an Ameritrade account.
Ameritrade account.
The best advice on how to select what stock would be profitable going forward.
Oh, that's awesome that you got a Ameritrade account. In terms of determining the stocks, are you buying individual stocks or are you purchasing mutual funds? Do you know?
Individual stocks, no mutual funds.
Gotcha. Do you have much experience with investing in the market?
Mutual funds, somewhat. Individual stocks, the market's a little iffy. I know it just took its normal decline to correct itself recently. But I'm trying to determine, like I said, what's the best way to pick an up-and-coming stock, I guess you would say. Like, how do you project their performance?
It's almost impossible to project a stock's performance. You can read and research and kind of, make some assumptions that based on the way that it has performed in the past, that it could potentially perform similarly in the future. But I would just suggest that you read up as much as you can. For a novice investor who's buying individual stocks, my suggestion to you would be to, purchase stocks and things that you like. So if you find yourself being a fan of a certain brand that's out there, every brand that we purchase as a consumer, you can always be an owner, and become a stockholder in whatever those brands are. So if you're going to Walmart, if you enjoy Timberland boots, if you like Prada bags, whatever your thing is, I would suggest that you look into purchasing stock in that particular thing, because it's personal to you. And it may even help you do a little bit better with the saving and investing, because you get to choose each time. Do I want to be a consumer and own the product, or do I want to be an owner and own a part of the company? Each time you're making those choices.
That works. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, we appreciate you calling out there in Dallas now.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too now. Thank you. Hey, so shout out to Dallas, DC. You know what I mean?
We should definitely make that a show too, because I'm interested in stuff.
What? Yes. Yeah. We'll definitely plug that in.
And stuff like that. Definitely.
So
I know. I'm sorry. To get back on top, this doesn't normally happen when we have like a segment. People just keep
let me answer your question about kind of getting a little bit off course. So just try to remember to begin with the end in mind. So there are some things that happen in our lives that are going to happen. So nobody should blow their budget on birthdays or Christmas because they happen every year on the same day. Right. So we know that it's coming, and it's just all about being prepared for it in advance. Right. So that's number one. So for a person in your situation, I would imagine that it's more of an out of sight, out of mind thing. And what I would advise you to do for several months is to only deal in cash. I would tell you not to use any cards, no debit cards, no credit cards, no pay cards, no gift cards, nothing, because cold hard cash, you still feel it when you go to spend. True. And you're going to think about that. And so I would suggest that you go old school and get an envelope and literally just
we have money. That, and we started off, I did the whole Dave Ramsey financial,
Financial Peace with
Dave
Ramsey.
Financial Peace program. Loved it, got a lot out of it, but at the time I wasn't making enough money to commit the way that I wanted to, as far as to actually put the money in the envelope and take the money out. The cash part is actually not is not the problem. I don't swipe my card hardly for anything because I don't put a lot of money into my account. I only put enough money in there to cover rent. Because I think that's the only hardcore bill that I really pay, or like AP electric. The rest of my income is mostly cash. So I have it all the time. So I'm constantly being like, oh, it's more money in the drawer. It's all good, blah, blah, blah. I don't have any credit cards at all whatsoever, but it is just in my mind, because I my second job is I waitress. So I always have cash in my mind. If I spend it today, I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. So it's all good. Like that's kind of, but I don't always, and bills are always taken care of, normal stuff, like AP, like that's always checked off, like that's always taken care of. Wow, whatever. But it'd be like I could save up for this, and this, or I could make a budget for the grocery store, or I could just go to the grocery store, and that's really just how I like to shop. I like to just go to the grocery store. I look at my list, I get all the things that I want, and that's just that the grocery store does me in every day. Every time.
Okay. So you got to get that GPS for your cash.
Right. Clearly, that's why you use
and you have to be able to direct those dollars, and then you have to know who to pay first. So I've heard you talk about when I go to the bank, I put money for rent and I put money for AEP. But the first two people you need to be paying is Tiffany, right? So Tiffany needs to be the first bill that's getting paid, because you're going to pay yourself first and put aside some money for yourself for a rainy day or whatever thing that you're saving for. And then have some money that's either going to be your play money, or maybe it's a charity, something that you just automatically have allocated. There shouldn't be money that's just in the drawer, like you said. Every single dollar that came into your hand needs to be allocated by the time you get home from your waitressing job. If you made $50 in tips that night, then you need to know that where all of those dollars in that 50 is going. And what percentage. And because you have income that fluctuates, you're going to have to really do it on a percentage. You have to say, listen, I'm going to save 10% of every dollar that I make. 10% of it, that's definitely going into my emergency savings. And you have to automatically do that. If you know that you've got a goal set, I want to go and, get some beads at the Mardi Gras. How much does that cost? What's my stay going to cost? How much money do I need? And then you have to have that goal in mind. I have X amount of months to be able to achieve $2,000 for my trip. This is how much. And then break it down. Okay, how do I break that down for 12 months? What do I need to save? And then how do I cut that from other areas in my budget? But every dollar has to be allocated. Otherwise, that will happen.
Right. So I want to get you, because we're running out of time, but I want to get you to let people know how you can be reached. But before, I just feel as a New Orleans native that I have to say that you don't necessarily have to pay for beads during Mardi Gras. There are other ways that you can
deep side.
There's other ways that you can but anyway, so first of all, we definitely, all jokes aside, we appreciate all of the advice that you have given us this far. We are hoping that next month, this time, you can come back and talk more. But until then, let everyone know how either you can be reached or how they can maybe look to you for a personal consult, whatever, however you see fit as far as contact.
Awesome. Yeah, I can be reached. I've got a toll-free number at 866-906-GFYL, which is Go Fund Your Life. 866-906-GFYL for Go Fund Your Life. GoFundYourLife.com. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram on GoFund Your Life. And any of those methods, you'll be able to reach me. Leave me a message, PM, DM, drop your information, and we can set up a consultation. And there is no fee for me to consult with you for the first time. That actually consists of a 45-minute consultation, one-on-one. And then I also do host private classes where I actually have my own formulated curriculum for teenagers ages 12 all the way up to age 65.
I love
nice.
it.
So
that's happening.
Nice.
That is definitely happening because my kids think money comes from mom.
Yeah. They don't see that we actually have to work for that.
And they roll their eyes if I spend money and it wasn't spent how they wanted it to be spent, and then still want me to spend more.
I spend it in front of mine.
They need to get on a commission plan. I don't do allowance. I do commission.
I like it.
I don't give them nothing.
I like it. I like that. I like the commission. You got to work for your commission check.
No, that's smart.
You know what I mean? Tiffany, you got anything lastly? We got about 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, real quick. The last win for the week. And this is actually a big one, and this actually is for the United States. California is actually allowing 1 million residents that were convicted previously of weed felony charges to wipe their slate clean. They're going to change all of those down to misdemeanors, and they're actually hosting classes and free legal workshops to show people how to go ahead and get their records changed, because you've had a lot of people who haven't been able to apply for loans, can't vote, can't get jobs because they have to mention that they have this felony, but it's for something that we all knew was going to be legalized. So I think that's super dope. I think even just the fact that they're going back retroactively to try to like fix people's lives is dope. And hopefully it won't just be about weed related charges. They can go back and fix some other things too. So
word.
Isn't that dope?
Definitely a win.
I thought that was a super
I
win.
think that's super dope too, and I'm glad we said that for last. That is definitely dope. So we will see everybody next week. Shout out to both of our guests. I'm not even gonna try.
LV and Money. And yes, Miss Nicole Simpson for being super dope, coming on, giving us a lot of knowledge, expressing, some getting people right for the new year. Hopefully this won't be one of those resolutions that you make and break, that you actually change your financial wealth for the good.
It probably will, but you can follow me at Swamp Thing DJ at SWMP Thing DJ. And we'll see y'all next week, man. Whatever y'all do this weekend, man, just be safe. Try not to drink and drive. Keyword is try. Yeah, we had Par Venue tomorrow. With VA Vision. Shout out to George. Shout out Whitney Chanel. Y'all have a good weekend, man. We out. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.